What we have on the bench today is a McMurdo Silver Masterpiece 5. This was donated to the California Historical Radio Society by an individual who brought by a number of radios, including this one. This is not really the complete radio. It's missing the power supply and amp chassis, which is a separate chassis that this piece plugs into. But it does, the tuner portion can still be made to work if you hook it up to a separate amplifier and provide a source of power for the radio, which I'm about to show you here. Okay, the filament supply here is a B&K Precision power supply, modern low voltage power supply. I've set it for 6 volts. When I turn it on, you'll be able to see that. Over here we have my Solivolt variable DC high voltage power supply. This thing's just a monster. It's a big kahuna of variable power supplies. I've pre-adjusted it here to 400 volts to accommodate the voltage that the service documentation says this radio needs. And for an amplifier, I'm using a ICO model 147A signal tracer. This is a very handy instrument to have because you can trace circuitry, or trace the amplitude, the strength of a signal through a radio. You have RF input. You also have audio input, so you can troubleshoot audio problems. In this case, I'm not using it for troubleshooting so much as I'm using it as an amplifier to amplify what's going to come out of this tuner here. Okay, so what we'll do now is first we'll turn on the filament supply here, and you can see it takes a little while to come up to voltage. Okay, and as the filaments come up, they increase in resistance, so there's a little bit less current being indicated there in the red display there. Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn on the DC high voltage power supply.
Your money in savings and investments that are
there we go.
As earned. In other words, every year on dividends, interest, you have to pay taxes. The best you can score yourself is a 1. That's the worst way to save, and actually the most common way people save in America. If you have your money predominantly in traditional...
Okay, the iTube works. The hum you hear is a mechanical hum from the power supply. It's not coming from the radio.
Now you pay tax. The highest score would be a 2. If you have your money predominantly in a Roth, where you pay tax on the seed, but...
weapons that could be used to deny access. In 2007,
Whatever happens here, it happens here, and try to enjoy the life, because it's only 750 people get an opportunity to do this, and it's, with that comes a lot of pressure. So when you see a guy and as jovial as he was, didn't know him, you do realize that he not only touched his teammates and everything.
Okay, now there's a lot of interference there because somebody in my house is probably using a computer or something, but it does seem to be working. I replaced all the caps, or the paper caps that were inside the radio, and I sprayed the pots to make sure they were less noisy, and I did a little bit of cleaning of the controls here, the band switch and all that stuff. Now we'll try it on the shortwave band, or one of the shortwave bands. It's pretty dead. Let's see.
With her family should be more protected by her own family than he could provide for. So out of shame at his own failure, he would back.
Of infidelity. I don't find that anywhere in our tradition, even though there are Catholic biblical.
Okay, shortwave band's a little bit on the weak side, but you know, this is a first attempt. I haven't tried to align anything. I haven't looked at any of the resistors or anything like that. So for a first attempt, I'll bring this back to the AM band.
Children in Haiti will now be provided with food for a full year and clean, safe drinking water for...
Stability. Join us for a special live event for the San Francisco Bay Area.
I'm an attorney. I do estate planning.
Evacuation. A reminder that the most formidable adversary here may not be Russian forces, but the forces of nature.
Yeah, Ben's a legend. I feel like he might be the last of that breed. I really think he's a great storyteller. He continues to be. And it was a time when obviously the social media wasn't where it was at before. You needed everything to be described in great detail, but yet entertaining. And I feel like he's done it so seamlessly that no offense to any other broadcasters that are out there, but I do think when he retires after 67 glorious years.
Okay, now I'm going to turn off the lights here just for the heck of it. You can see what the dial looks like. Okay, there's only one light. There's supposed to be two lights in that dial, but one of them's burned out, so there's only really one there. But you can kind of see how it's lit up. There's no dial pointer. Somehow that got lost or something. So I have to put one on eventually. That's kind of annoying because I don't know what station I'm tuned to a lot of the time. So the shortwave band isn't working that well. AM seems to work reasonably well. Not bad for a first power-up attempt. So I'm happy.